Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CM Trading. Today is August 12th, 2019, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, nothing scheduled for today, but as the week moves on, we'll have several events coming up. Now, taking a look at the Forex markets, the pound tanked last week to all-time lows. We have been saying this for about 2-3 weeks already. It looks really weak. It's breaking down. It's hovering along its bottom range, and finally it broke last week. And we're going to take a look at that. It's on its all-time lows pretty much on a candle, not just on a wick. So that's really an important event. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, it takes a break from its rally, but will it rally again? That's the big question everybody has on the table. And we'll take a look at a couple of things that may give us some indication about that. Now, looking at the commodity, gold retraces at 1500. Okay, which is really a very important number. Now, it didn't retrace quite sharply, so the question is, I'm going to be looking for that today. Okay, will it be continuing to sharpen its retracement after this massive, rally that it's had? And that's going to give us also a little bit of an indication where the Dow is going to go. Now, oil bounces off of its minor support. Okay, we're going to take a look at that as well. Now, looking at the stocks, okay, they're trading with the Dow Jones. Okay, so there's nothing really rallying the market any longer. Microsoft is strong, but it's taken a little bit of a break. So I'm going to be looking at a couple of cues here to give us some indication which way the markets is going. Lastly, looking at Bitcoin, it's trading sideways. Okay, not much happening there, and that's really because it's had a really lopsided week or a couple of weeks, and we're going to take a look at that as well. So let's see what we can expect from today's trading. So just keep in mind, this is the heart of the summer, number one, and number two, it's a Monday morning, so just be aware of it. It's probably going to be a lighter trading volume day today. We're trading here at the Euro USD, and we finally found ourselves some ground here at 112.08-ish level. Between these two upper and lower limits, 123.50-ish level, and the lower limit, 111.80-ish level. Okay, not a big range for it to be trading between, but something. Okay, and probably a 50 pip range. Okay, and we're right smack in the middle there. I don't expect any moves. Okay, the only reason I'm looking at this is to show you the difference between the Euro USD and the GBP USD. Now, looking at that GBP USD, we're looking at a daily. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. You could see that finally breaking it. Okay, on lighter volume, but it comes to show you that this entire time we were flirting with this lower area, and you knew it was gonna actually break lower because the euro went higher, but the GBP kept on being very, very weak. Okay, and finally coming out, the cat coming out of the bag, we see that it breaks down even further. Okay, to 120.37-ish level. If we look at a multi-week chart, okay, let's look at that multi-week chart. You could see that we're right there at our all-time lows. Okay, right there was our all-time lows about 3 years ago, and we're right back down to that all-time low. So this is really a scary point for the GBP. Okay, if it does break further down, we could see it at all-time lows, 117, 115. Those areas could actually be challenged depending on how Brexit is going to happen. It doesn't really make a difference any longer because technically speaking, we're breaking further down. Okay, looking at the gold. All right, now this is what I'm talking about. 1509 was our resistance level, okay, pretty much. And finally, we broke below it, 1495 right now. Now, I'd like to see a much bigger correction to this, okay? And the reason I want to see a bigger correction to this, because if it gives me a bigger correction, then I'd be feeling a little bit more comfortable with the Dow Jones going higher, okay? And that's really kind of the cat out of the bag. I'm looking for some signs here to see if the Dow Jones is going to actually go higher. And one of those signs is that if gold retraces further. Okay, it may not happen, okay, but I am looking at that. So we're trading at 1495 right now. We found ourselves a little bit of a cushion here, but it's not a hard cushion, okay? And if we do break this 1495, we could see it back in the 1470, 1465-ish area as a retracement point. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, looking at oil, we bounce off this 52.26-ish level to 54.21, a decent bounce, but the market didn't bounce. Okay, the Dow Jones didn't bounce, so that's a little bit disconcerting for me. Okay, if we look at the Dow Jones, it bounced the other day. Okay, after it retraced that last Wednesday, we saw it rally into Thursday and Friday, and now it's trading at 26,310-ish level, okay, which is a nice bounce for it relatively to where we were trading at 25,100-ish level, okay. And if you think about it, we're pretty much equidistant between our all-time highs and our retracement of 25,372. Okay, so with that said, this is really an important point for the Dow Jones to either break higher or break lower. Okay, now the things I'm going to start looking for to give me a little bit of a clue to what's going on is obviously Microsoft, okay, which we traced last Friday from 138 down to 137. Not a big retracement, but a retracement nonetheless. Okay, if I look at Apple, okay, still weak, okay, from its, gap up, everything's doing great in business, business is booming. You see that it's hovering around this 200 level and having a hard time breaking above it. Okay, I'd like to see some unison here. I'd like to see some, if there's unison on the upside, then I can tell that the Dow Jones is going to go higher. Okay, and we're not seeing that. Okay, if we look at Facebook, same story. It's trading sideways. Okay, not particularly strong, not above its 200 level. If we look at Google, just the same story, and Amazon actually being much lower and making this double top at 2025. So I'm not convinced yet that we're going to go back up on the Dow Jones, but I'd like to see those clues actually come in. Okay, might not happen today because today is a lighter trading day. Okay, we are, like I said at the beginning of the presentation, we are at the heart of the summer. Number one, everybody's on vacation, and number two, it's a Monday. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.